On an island 7 miles off Venezuela, stories are passed down about fireballs that peel off their skin, faceless children who lure you into the forest, and a devil woman who walks with a hidden hoof. Every one of them traces back to a towering silk cotton tree, where the living and the dead are said to meet. These aren't just ghost stories. They're the collision of multiple belief systems born from slavery and survival. Tonight, we explore the folklore of Trinidad. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought Gang Sara was the next great porn star, stick around. Also, I said gang, not gang bang, you pervy fucking gooner. This is Necronomipod.
Dave, welcome back. You look well rested from vacation.
Thank you. Very well rested.
Nice warm weather. Got out of the cold.
Mostly wasn't too hot down there in the Bahamas. It was mid to high 70s, couple of 69 days perhaps. Ocean water was cool, even cold, dare I say, like I like it. It's very nice.
Not walking around just dripping sweat from your balls all day.
No, not at all. Not at all. Lovely.
Now you're back.
Yeah.
Missed a snowstorm.
I know. I was watching my Ring doorbell, and I'm like, oh, that looks nice. I bet Mike's shoveling.
Yeah, there once, twice maybe. It was a quick one, though. It wasn't as long as the other ones where we had snow for, like 6 weeks straight. This one wasn't so bad.
Think that's the last one? No.
I'm going to say no.
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, bipolar winter and spring over here.
Yeah. There will be another big storm for sure.
Oh, you're going to call big storm?
Big storm.
Okay.
A banger.
Banger of a snowstorm. I hope not. I'm ready to dry out a little bit.
Call it a podcaster's intuition.
All right.
Which means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Some idiot. But,
Will this happen when you're on your next vacation in a couple weeks?
well, maybe. I'm leaving next Sunday.
Yeah.
Working vacation, though. I'll just be away at a different location.
Working away. Maybe it'll hit then.
Taking all my equipment with me on the road.
Yeah, it's going to be like truly remote, I think. That'll be like the first across state remote, right?
No, I was in Atlanta last year. We did a couple shows.
I think we did
How were you?
2 weeks at the end of September or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was down at that Shaky Knees Festival.
Oh, yeah. All right.
What the hell is a shaky knees?
It's a music festival.
Oh.
I forget the origin story, the name. But
Is that what Weird Al was?
it is
that
where Weird Al was, yes.
I remember now.
Yes, indeed.
Headliner was Trapped, right?
Headstrong, baby.
Yeah. They just played that 30 times. 'Cause
What else
nobody
would they fucking
knows
play?
anything else.
Headstrong to take you on. Ugh, awful.
Yeah.
I had some good old fashions. I had some good cigars down in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's the way
If
to
you're
live it.
interested. Yeah.
Oh, people are interested.
Okay.
They'll read it in your memoir one day.
That's what I was doing.
Ian, how'd you come about this topic?
My wife was watching Expedition X or Expedition Unknown. One of those ones with the, what's that dude's name? Josh something. And then Phil is like the scientist dude that's like debunking shit and whatever. But she was watching that and they were doing a whole episode on this this folklore. And I started looking into it. They were talking about the kids that we'll talk about later.
Yeah, let's go.
So that's what I started looking into. That's what my wife told me about. So I started looking into that, and then I found out about all this other stuff. I'm like, shit, there's a lot.
This sounds like it's 100% Travel Channel.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's something like that, yeah. Discovery, maybe.
That would be a good second guess, too.
I like that Josh guy.
It's got like 4 shows.
He's in a bunch of stuff. He was in the Titan submersible documentary. One of those documentaries I watched, and he's like, I don't know about this. I'm not going down there. And good call, Josh.
Oh man, that would have sucked if he was on there.
Yeah, they want him to go down.
That's a good show. I like his shows.
Mm-hmm. I watched one. He was up in looking for the Yeti up by Mount Everest.
Nice.
Not too long ago. Helicopters doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Will you find him?
No, he did not. He's found hints and possibly footprints and other things possibly left behind by the Yeti, but did not have coffee with the Yeti himself. No.
He usually like talks to some locals and stuff, gets a few stories.
That's it. Yep.
What's his name? Phil?
Josh.
Phil's like, there's a new Expedition X, I believe that's what it's called, is when Josh stopped going on like the Yeti shit, and he sends out Phil and this other lady, I can't remember her name.
Was it Phil's wife?
I don't know. She's like the paranormal person. Phil's the scientist. And like he's a legit like fucking, I can't remember what he is, but he's like something legit.
Yeah.
And they just investigate shit. So this is what they were investigating.
It's a little Zach Bagans-y, some of the cliffhanger when you cut the commercial. What's that?
Yeah. You have to have that
Yeah.
a little bit. They're not as bad as Zach, though.
Did you see that? Holy fuck. Fucking Yeti just grabbed my taint.
So Josh and Phil, friends of the show, unlike Zach.
Yeah.
We'll call them friends.
Sure. I can abide by that.
Trinidad is the southernmost island in the Caribbean, sitting about 7 miles off the northeastern coast of Venezuela. It's roughly the size of Delaware. Columbus landed there in 1498, named it after the Holy Trinity, and the Spanish held it for the next 3 centuries. And held is kind of generous because for the most part, they basically ignored it. By the late 1700s, the population was still barely a few thousand people, and the Spanish, realizing that they had an underdeveloped island on their hands, made a move that ended up defining the island's culture. In 1783, the Spanish crown issued what was called the Cedula of Population, essentially a land grant to any Roman Catholic willing to swear allegiance to the Spanish king and move there. It was 32 acres a person. The response was mostly French. Planters from the French Caribbean islands poured in, and they brought their enslaved people with them.
You and I could have went there, Mike.
Sure.
We're Roman Catholics.
Yeah. Took me a minute. I was like, why is he pointing us out?
Hamilton could have went there. He instead of the U.S., right? He was from the Caribbean.
He chose a different path.
He did. To have a musical written about him.
Yep.
By Lin-Manuel.
Mm-hmm. That's his only claim to fame.
Never did another thing.
Nope.
Within about 6 years, the population went from a few thousand to over 15,000, and the island went from a Spanish afterthought to a French-speaking slave colony almost overnight. Then in 1797, the British showed up with a fleet, and the Spanish governor looked at the situation and decided not to fight. And Trinidad became a British crown colony, still French-speaking, still operating under Spanish laws, but now technically British. So it's a lot going on there.
Mishmash.
Yeah.
Hodgepodge.
I'm going to stop real quick. This is the most interesting or the most fun outline that I've done in a while, just because of like learning all this stuff. This was very cool to learn all this like back history and stuff.
I love this stuff.
Yeah. By the time slavery was abolished in 1838, the island had absorbed West and Central African people alongside French Catholic colonizers, Spanish legal traditions, and indigenous populations who had mostly been wiped out by then. And then after emancipation, a new wave of indentured workers from India who arrived starting in 1845 and kept coming until 1917. by the early 1900s, Trinidad had one of the most mixed populations anywhere in the world. So the collision of all these cultures is where the folklore comes from that we're going to talk about tonight. A lot of things going on.
The actual country name is Trinidad and Tobago, being the island of Trinidad and the island of Tobago, which we'll also talk about later in the story. I thought that was one of the coolest country names. Not just Trinidad, Trinidad and Tobago.
So 2 separate islands completely.
Make up the one country,
Okay.
yeah.
They did well with the alliteration too. So
It's
good on
great,
them.
right?
Big fan.
T-Square, for short.
That's their rap name.
So the first one we're going to get into tonight is the Soucouyant. The Soucouyant is the old woman who lives alone at the end of the village road. Her house is always closed up. She sleeps through the day and nobody sees much of her. She keeps to herself and people let her because there's something about her that doesn't feel right. Just a creepy lady.
Sounds like a great life to me.
What she's living there?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Sleep all day. No one sees me. Keep to myself. No one bothers me. Sounds like heaven.
This lady would be a big fan of DoorDash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just living off Instacart and DoorDash.
Yeah.
She a good tipper, the Soucouyant? Soucouyant? No.
Probably not.
No.
So that's the daytime version of her. At night, she peels off her skin.
That really escalated quickly there.
Damn.
Some of these, the folklore from Trinidad is so intense and creepy, some of these. So she takes it off the way that you would take off a coat. And she folds it up and puts it in a mortar, like the thing that you use to grind up spices.
Yeah.
Some versions say that before she goes out, she visits a local cemetery, finds a fresh corpse, takes the liver and renders it into an oil. And then that oil is what she uses to be able to slip free of the skin.
It's hard to pull your skin off with no lube.
I know.
So I get it. I get it. Lube is essential sometimes. Michael, tell
A
you.
lot of times, yeah. Never done a natural liver, grinding that up into oil.
It's not what you go for. No.
I'll have to maybe look into that.
It's a different kind of lube.
Yeah. Sounds stinky.
It does sound stinky. A fetid, rotting liver from the graveyard. Let me squeeze some oil out of this in my mortar. So I can take my skin off.
So once she has her skin off, she then rises up through the roof of her house as a ball of fire, about the size of a coconut or a softball, and goes hunting. She flies through the dark looking for someone asleep. And when she finds them, she slips into their house through whatever gap she can find, like a keyhole, a crack in the floor. Even if you have a window just left open a little bit, she can squeeze through.
You know what would prevent her from squeezing into your house at night, Mike?
That's very simple. Just close your fucking blinds.
Or even close your windows, maybe.
Well, it should always just be number one.
Yeah.
Your blinds will block the light from getting out, but if someone gets risky and goes up to the actual window, you're fucked.
That's a good point.
Curtains don't lock.
Not the kind I'm aware of.
Once she gets in there, she feeds on the person's blood, pulling it from their arms, the legs, the neck, whatever kind of soft spot of the body she can get to. In the morning, all you know is that you woke up tired, drained. Maybe you had some bruises on you that you couldn't explain. And in many versions of the lore, she comes for babies and small children. Their blood is more valuable, which we'll get into the value of their blood in a bit.
To give you more energy, probably? Probably.
That's a theme throughout history, right? Babies, their blood and sacrificing and all that shit is more potent.
Well, yeah, it's a anti-Semitic Jew trope.
Is that what
Drinking Christian babies' blood? Sure. That went on for centuries.
This is also very similar to the old hag cryptid we discussed.
Ooh,
I
the
think,
old
in
hag,
past.
yeah.
I believe she feasted on blood as well.
Nice.
Definitely a parallel with the old lady shit.
If she has goat legs, then I'm crying foul on this. This isn't real. This is the goat lady.
So getting to the value of the baby's blood, there's kind of like an economy built around what's going on with the Soucouyant. She doesn't just feed for herself. She has a deal with Basil, a demon who lives inside a silk cotton tree in the forest. Basil's essentially her boss. She brings him food. In exchange, he gives her power. But it's a rigged deal. The devil keeps reducing the amount of blood in her collection jar, so she's never finished and never free. So she has to keep going out every night hunting.
That old gag.
Classic.
Wasn't Basil also a boss in Pee Wee Gaskin's prison? Basil Hazel or something?
Hazel Brazel.
Hazel Brazel. Never mind. Sorry.
Close enough.
I would have never thought about that name again had you not brought it up.
That person 100% did not exist.
Hazel Brazel.
There was no such thing as a power man or Hazel Brazel.
You could almost picture Pee Wee Gaskins when he's dictating the story. Like, what was the name of this power boss or power man? Hazel Brazel. Your dentist is named Crentis. That's exactly the energy that you get from that.
So there is no relation.
I guess not.
Hazel Brazel to
Ian
Basil, the tree guy.
He just disproved me again.
The tree demon.
Thought I found something here. Connection.
What is there a better chance of existing? Basil the tree demon or Hazel Brazel?
The tree demon.
The tree demon.
100% the tree demon.
It's more possible for dentist Crentis to exist than Basil.
There has to
whatever the fuck it was.
There has to be a dentist out there somewhere named Crentis. That's fucking awesome.
The protections against her are specific. You scatter rice at the crossroads or around your house. If she's a Soucouyant, she's compelled to pick up every grain one at a time. And if you've put out enough rice, she'll be counting until the sun comes up and she burns up.
Dork. Pick it up one by one. Bone Thugs and Harmony wrote a song about that.
Yeah,
Scatter rice at the crossroads. Maybe that was about something else. I don't know.
It's creepy to think about it in like a horror movie turn, right? Like you throw some rice down and she's just stuck and has to count. She can't stop counting.
Yeah. You're peeking out the window all night and she's just picking up one grain at a time.
With no skin on and shit.
That's just as terrifying as trying to take my blood and use my liver for oil. If you use my liver, Toots, it's going to be whiskey and beer. Good luck lubing up with that. You're going to get pulled over and get a DUI. Good luck taking blood in jail. You skinless freak.
An upside down broom by the door stops her from coming inside. Salt at every entry point keeps her out. And if you can find where she has hidden her skin, you dump coarse salt or pepper into the mortar. When she comes back before dawn and tries to put her skin on again, it burns and it kind of it's like got a slug vibe to it. Like it shrinks a bit and it won't fit.
Nice. Very
So
clever.
she's trying to get it on. And there's a chant that goes along with it that translates to skin, you know me. Do you know me? I really wanted to find a audio version of that, but I could not find one.
Skin, Yananomi. All right.
That's another creepy visual. This skinless demon woman pleading with her skin to put it back on.
Wouldn't it be cooler to even just to throw the salt directly on her with no skin and the salt going into all of that shit?
It burns.
It reminds me of It's Always Sunny with the salt the snail.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
There's a documented account from Central Trinidad of a grandfather who woke up his grandson in the middle of the night and brought him to the window. There was a light moving slowly across the sky, going back and forth like it was circling something. The grandfather didn't say anything. They watched together until just before dawn when it dropped straight down into the house of an elderly woman who lived nearby. The old man closed the curtains. In the morning, they went to check on her, She was found dead in her bed. And that was the other thing. I forgot to put that in here. When if you die or if she takes like too much blood, like, you know what I mean? Like you're just about dead. You like become or can become a follower of hers. Like like a slave kind of thing. Yeah.
Do you get to stay home and sleep all day and not be bothered by people?
Probably not.
Well, you got to probably still serve her, which would serve Basil, right? The demon tree.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think you probably have to eat her pussy with no after she took her skin off, right? Like, what would that look like?
Yeah, that's a wild afterlife.
With all the liver lube on her.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to do that?
Can you give me some relief?
That's exactly what she sounds like.
Giselle Anatole, a Trinidadian American professor who I used a bunch of her stuff for the research in this. She wrote about growing up with her aunts and her mother, as well as her grandmothers, all telling stories about the Soucouyant. She talked about being in bed as a kid, like super afraid of this creature, but she also wrote about how this is really a story about what happens to women who live outside the structure, and also how convenient it is that the creature is always an old woman who lives by herself and owns property, and then people just take that property. You know, you're a
absolutely.
witch. You're a witch.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing.
This is stay in line, lady. Subjugation of women for sure.
The next one we're going to talk about are the Douens or Douens. There's multiple ways to say it.
Yeah,
it's spelled Douen. Douens kind of sounds better to me.
All right.
I think.
Do whatever you want. Doing it.
But these are the these are the spirits of kids who died before they were baptized.
Up, straight to hell. Jesus says, "Don't pass go." Straight to hell.
Done for.
Well, that's that. There's not even room for debate on that one.
They couldn't be received into the church, so they couldn't be received into the afterlife. They're stuck, so they wander the forests of Trinidad in groups, and they look for other kids to play with.
Do they come to your door like black-eyed kids?
There are some stories of them.
That sounds fun, doing.
So you guys are liking these things, right?
Yes.
You invite them right in?
Yes.
I don't know. These guys are pretty scary. They have some extra features that make them a little scarier than black-eyed kids.
Extra features. Come on, Douens. Come to my door. doing it well.
They wear large straw hats that cover their faces.
They're Amish? Amish doing?
They're like, remember, kind of like the rice hats, kind of, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like those kind.
All right.
Like Raiden from
Like
Mortal
Vietnamese,
Kombat.
those type of hats.
Yeah.
Those are badass. I want to start wearing those.
Those are cool.
Bring those back. You see me walking around Target in one of those. It's bumping into people in the aisles.
Oh, Muscusi.
I want to get one though that like it spins. So like it hits, it just like starts spinning around in my head.
If it spins fast enough, the propellers lift up and it just takes you up in the air.
I was thinking it can be like one of those things when it spins, it goes higher and higher up, and then I have to like spin it backwards and it screws back down in my head. That'd be fun.
It's super fun.
On top of the wearing those hats, they have oversized heads.
I feel their pain. I have an oversized head as well. Yeah.
I
Painful. I don't want to talk about it, so stop asking me about it.
All right. I won't bring it up ever again. Your bulbous head. Do you get claustrophobic putting on hoodies? You got to cut
like it kind of gets stuck.
You got to cut the extra little V slit like at the top of them, right where the ropes come.
It stretches out my shirt because you put it over. And, it always reminds me of that Seinfeld when James Spader. Is that what you were referencing?
When I said bulb, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I ever say
bulbous?
someone has a bulbous head, it's from Seinfeld. You stretched it out with your large bulbous head. Isn't it like a cashmere sweater or something?
Anytime I hear the word bulbous, that's what I think of James Spader.
Yeah.
Your bulbous head, George.
Yeah. That's why I said it. That's funny.
That's true, though.
Do you have that issue for real?
Yes. If you have shirts like with smaller necks, and by the time I put it over my head, it doesn't like snap back into like elastic like to fit my neck properly. It's stretched out a little bit. So yeah, that's a serious problem in my world. I don't really want to talk about it.
The amount of innovations we have made in society in general, and they have yet to fix the collar of a shirt that stretches so easily.
Yes.
Remember the whole Larry David bit about the cufflinks when the dentist makes him put up his sleeve to give him the shot, and then it stretched the whole cuff, and now it doesn't fit like the elastic.
That's right.
How can we not have solved that by now?
We've created AI monsters that are about to kill the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
I can't put a shirt on with my big head.
Yeah. If I were to like grab Ian's shirt one time, the neck's fucked. Like it's gonna pull it, and then that's it. You're showing half your chest.
Yep.
I've done that before. Put on a shirt like that, and it makes me so mad. I shred my shirt like I'm in a wrestling ring. I just
Hulk Hogan over here.
I'm so fucking pissed. I throw it in the garbage. I've done that multiple times. Makes me so goddamn mad.
It really is infuriating because
It is.
I hate like wide, just even made T-shirts that are like wide necked.
It looks terrible.
And like V-cut shirts.
It's horrible.
Like I'm out on the Jersey Shore. I don't need a fucking V-cut shirt.
Yeah, that's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
Having a V-neck T-shirt.
Well, I have a couple of V-necks. I don't necessarily hate that.
V-neck T-shirts?
Yeah.
Do you?
I'm going to wear one later in the week.
Go right ahead. I'm just, they're not for me. Not a fan.
I had one on vacation the other day.
Vacation's
I should have
better.
taken the shirt or taken a picture and sent it to you.
Yeah, you should have.
It's not like a deep V-neck though.
No,
right?
just a little one. It gives you a little extra room for my bulbous head, and I don't stretch
that's
it out.
why I was asking earlier if you cut those
See?
into your hoodies.
Yeah.
The smaller the V-neck, the better it gets.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a sliding scale.
Well, Dave has a V-neck for medical conditions. His bulbous head. This is my medically required T-shirt. You guys leave me alone.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
So the hats cover their faces, which is an important detail because they have no eyes, no nose, just a small round mouth that they can whisper through or cry or use to mimic voices. Their feet also point backwards.
Hello.
The heels in the front, toes behind. It's super, super fucking creepy, but the reasoning for it is so you can't track them. You see footprints in the mud heading in one direction, and the Douens is actually going the other way.
So everyone listening, sit there and try to picture that. What it messes with your mind. Mm-hmm. They're backward feet, but they're not walking this way. They're walking forward. If you're tracking them, it looks like they're walking the other way.
Some accounts even said that the knees were backwards too.
Oh boy!
Yeah, there's more layers to these guys than the black-eyed kids.
God damn!
I'll save the full story for maybe my my autobiography one day, or maybe a future podcast episode or something. But there was a time when I got into a little bit of a tight situation with a cuck. Got a little angry at what was happening, and I had to take off in the snow to get away because he had a gun. And so what I did, much like these little freak kids, I ran backwards, so it looked like I was going one way, when in fact I was not.
Nice.
Got away.
Interesting.
Left him a father of twins, by the way.
I'm sure he's proud.
Little Rosalita and Esteban.
That's the bond.
So what the Douens do is they lure. They target kids who haven't been baptized.
That's what priests do.
Well,
Yeah, no. All of them.
because those kids, they don't have the spiritual protection. They're the same as the Douens. They approach a kid the way any other one would. They want to play. They seem harmless. Some versions say that they offer the kid candy. Other versions say that they play a wooden flute to draw the child toward the tree line. The Douens then leads the child further and further in, and then it's gone, and the child is alone and lost. Some kids are said to have been found the next day. Others aren't found at all.
Declan was telling me he plays a skin flute to lure the children in. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but
No. What a weird fucking guy.
They also mimic. they hear a child's name spoken out loud and they learn it. And then they call for the child in a voice that sounds like the child's mom or dad.
Oh, that's creepy. That's like T2 when T1000 was mimicking the voice of John Connor's mom.
Something about the wrong voice coming out of somebody's very, very creepy.
Unnerving.
Yeah. Don't love it. So that's where the most, or one of the most important rules comes from. You never yell your kid's name in an open place, especially at dusk. If a Douwen hears the name, it can use it. This rule was treated seriously. Parents actually observed it. The countermeasure, if you hear your name called from the trees, is to call back. Where are you? I want to see you. Make it show itself. If it's a real person comes out. A Douwen goes quiet.
Declan, show yourself.
Oh, don't tell him that. He'll pull his pants down.
Plays skin.
He likes to do the helicopter. He thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
It kind of is. But.
The Trinidad Guardian ran an account from someone who claimed to have seen them as a child, describing being 12 years old in rural South Trinidad, watching small beings back away from a tomato plant at dusk, with their straw hats kind of bobbing side to side as they were walking away, facing the witness because their feet are going the opposite direction.
Oh.
Another big thing was gardens. There were a lot of accounts where they were fucking with people's produce and shit. Like eat it and steal stuff.
Oh, Douwen got to eat.
Yeah.
The fuck, man. All people deserve food.
These aren't people, pal.
No, all Douwens deserve. All living creatures deserve to eat. I'm against starvation. Let's just make that clear from here on out.
All right.
Don't ever question me again.
There was also an account from the same paper of a boy from rural Trinidad who went missing near a mango tree. The family searched, then the village got involved. Nothing. Eventually, the search was called off. Then about 3 months later, villagers heard voices coming from a bush. Helsonia plant, I think is how you say it. But it's like very thick and grows along the forest floor. But they found the boy sitting in a cleared circle playing with pieces of wood and stone. Very missing 411 style.
That's what I was going to say. Yes.
His clothes were torn, but he was healthy, not dehydrated, starving, not what you would expect after being alone for 3 months, alone in the forest. When his parents asked what happened, who'd taken care of him, he would only say his, quote, friends. He lived to be, this is how the paper tells it, is he lived to be an old man. And it was always believed locally that he had been taken by the Douwens.
Wow. The boy who lived to tell.
Yeah. So we said before, like the real protection against them is number one, to get your kid baptized, right? Like that'll take care of all the problems.
All the problems, yes.
So,
every worldly problem is solved when you get baptized.
This was just a whole farce started by the church just to get people to baptize their kids.
I don't know. My giant head didn't shrink when I got baptized, so it doesn't solve everyone's problems. Jesus.
I mean, you were born with your head that big?
Clearly.
Holy cow, pal. I believe it's called hydrocephalitis. It's the note you carry in your pocket as to why you wear V-neck t-shirts.
Did you ever see that Star Trek with Captain Pike when he was on that planet with those big people with the big fucking heads? You guys aren't Star
Dave, do you
Trek
think I've ever
people.
seen that?
Never mind. 3 listeners know what I'm talking about, so
Well,
inside joke, us.
and all three
Us
of them
and, us and you. Me and you.
all three of them are neck beards.
the other thing we already talked about it, but it was don't say your kid's name outside. A lot of this story, or a solid portion of it, I guess, seemed like a cautionary tale also to keep your kids close with like the dangers of the forest kind of thing too. Like don't wander too far where you can't hear me kind of thing.
That's solid parenting advice.
Yeah, just a pretty crazy way to teach it, or you know what I mean, like an interesting way to teach it, whatever. Some families put their child's shoes by the bed with the toes pointing backwards, fighting the Douwens on their own terms.
Ah, smart.
Yep. Others say eating food while sitting on the toilet will disgust the Douin enough to keep it away, which it disgusts anybody, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I'll stay away too.
Mike does that. He has a hot dog roller in his shitter. What are you talking about?
Oh,
A bun dispenser.
I have been looking at hot dog rollers online. Those look so fucking cool. Just not sure how often I would need 15 hot dogs made at once.
How long do they last? Like if you just throw them on the roller on Sunday and
I
eat
walk
them by
into-
Saturday, as long as they stay warm,
I
right?
walk into a Speedway late on a Saturday night. Those have been there since breakfast. They're pretty damn good to me. Maybe I'll do that and have them like next year for Daytona or something. Do a little hot dog party. I'll make sure they're fresh though. Those cook them so deliciously. At least the good ones do.
It's the evenness of the cooking.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, maybe we'll do that. I got to come up with a way though to make sure to get the buns like kind of nice and steamed too.
Yeah.
A nice, soft, delicious bun.
Ballpark style.
Yeah. Well, because they'll take them off and they put them in that foil. I bet you can buy those foil packs
That's true.
and then just like take them off, put them in that, and then I'll sell them to you guys for $15 each, like the ballparks do.
Oh, I thought this was Dollar Dog Daytona. I'm going to run out for lunch. I'll be back in a little
You
bit.
guys just DoorDash to my house.
So the Douins, they're not harmful. It doesn't seem like. I mean, leaving kids in the middle of the forest is pretty, it's not cool.
Well, you said earlier some of them are never seen again.
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean.
seems
Like
a little harmful.
that's not very cool.
Maybe they didn't realize that leaving them
right.
there would they would never make their way home. Sure.
Because the accounts are they just want to play kind of thing. There's also like with the baptism thing, there's this vibe where they want a mom. They cry at night in the forest, and there are stories where they come up to people's houses crying at the door. And that historian that I used for this research, I quote, "The Douin isn't haunting the child, it's haunting the parent." That's creepy.
That's pretty deep.
Haunting me.
Imagine you look out your door one night and there's a crying little mushroom head with no face on your front stoop.
I will say my newer house does have windows on the door that I do not have blinds or curtains on. Breaking
Really?
my own rule there. So I just crawl every time I walk past it. Just got to stay low.
Smart, stealthy.
Yeah.
I agree with your approach.
Well, it's either that or die, right?
Yeah. What kind of option is that, pal?
No. Just pretend I'm on the jungle floor in Vietnam and just crawl on through. Pretend Charlie's watching.
Charlie. I watched Platoon not too long ago. I don't think it held up.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think you told me that. Maybe we talked about that off air. I've never seen it. I've seen Apocalypse Now. I've not seen Platoon. What's the other one? Isn't there another one?
Full Metal Jacket,
I haven't seen that
Hamburger
either.
Hill.
I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket. I'd watch that.
You should. It's great.
The third one is La Diablesse, which translates to the devil woman. She shows up on full moon nights on back roads and at the edges of cane fields and cocoa plantations. One origin story says that she was an enslaved African woman who made a deal with the devil. She traded her soul for beauty. She got the beauty, but one leg ends in the foot of a cow, and the long dress that she wears is the only thing keeping anyone from being able to see it.
I would wear a long dress covering my cow foot as well.
Yeah.
That's what I had going on.
The second origin story says it's like more broad, that she's the spirit of like every woman who had been wronged by men. So any type of wronging a woman kind of thing. She never haunts women. That's the thing every story agrees on. It's always against men. She's tall. She wears an old Caribbean style full skirt, a petticoat, a head tie, a wide brimmed hat tilted at an angle that covers her face. Her perfume is the first thing that shows up. If you're susceptible to her, you smell jasmine and your brain just stops working, like you're in a trance. If you're one of the people she can't affect, you smell rot instead. So those people get to run. They're well aware enough. The others follow her. The skirt, like we said, hides the hoof. So she'll walk with one foot on the road and the hoof in the grass, so guys can't hear it.
Smart. Smart. Mike, if Casey Anthony had one hoof for a foot, would you still smash?
I would eat that ass like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet.
What about two hooves?
What the hell has hooves got to do with me? Holes is holes. Ass is ass.
What if she had two hooves and like Grady Styles lobster claws for hands?
Well, there's a danger factor now.
There
You can
is.
get clipped up. Still,
Okay.
smash.
Got it. I agree with you, by the way.
Now people are going to get mad at us.
There's a meme. Did you see the meme going around? It's that old,
Of course I have.
the old Casey Anthony with the big fat ass that we've seen for years.
At, like,
now.
Disney, I
just
think.
keeps getting rehashed, and someone's like, or the meme post is, as I'm cranking it to this Casey's fat ass, but I'm shaking my head the whole time so people on the bus know I disagree. I disagreed with what she did.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's very clever, sir.
I think I got that one about
Yeah,
38 times.
it's very funny.
It doesn't look real in that photo.
It doesn't.
It looks like a doctored photo.
Enhanced.
But goddamn.
What happened? We haven't heard from her since she did her little lawyer Substack. Was it Substack?
She posted a new one because I get the email alerts when she does a new one.
No videos though.
I'm not on Substack. I deleted the app. I don't even know if I had to log in. I just get the notifications that
Yeah.
she's posted a new one. But
We watched
she had that
video.
affair with the guy in Nashville.
Right,
That
right.
busted up.
Murfreesboro. That's where it was.
And then I don't know if she moved back to Florida.
Yeah, she did
And
that
then she
car
started
video,
the Substack
and then people
for legal
roasted
rights.
her. Yeah, and then that we haven't heard from her since.
By
At least in the
people-
video.
By people, we mean us.
Did we roast her?
Yes, for doing it in her car.
It was a little strange.
Yeah, she was shamed off TikTok. There was a big backlash on
Yeah,
her. She was accosted.
As we continue, I'll try to look it up and see if there's any more what's going on with her. But I don't think there's a whole lot.
She's supposed to be fighting for the rights of the people out there. You got to fight for your right to do stuff sometimes. Like the Beastie Boys taught us all a long time ago.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. This month, we celebrate women. Not just the women in our lives, but all women. The month of March includes Women's History Day. It's a time to celebrate women's strength and progress. Be it in the workplace, at home with their families, or even getting through the unseen day-to-day responsibilities they hold, a woman's job never stops. And with that, their emotional well-being can be easily overlooked. So, we want to remind women how much they matter, and that therapy can offer a space for them to take care of themselves in the way they deserve. Each month, we at Necronomipod celebrate a powerful, groundbreaking, inimitable woman in our history shows, and this month will be no different. So think of the important women in your life: your mom, your sister, your partner, your coworker. Think of how hard they work, how successful they are. Think of the impact they've specifically had on you. Now, think about the pressure placed on these women, the expectations set on them. Therapy can help create balance, set boundaries, and support overall well-being for everyone. BetterHelp has been helping people find their match for over 12 years, having served over 6 million people globally, and has a 4.9 out of 5 rating with 1.7 million client session reviews. If you're looking for quality, BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. After filling out a brief questionnaire, you'll be matched with a therapist that is tailored to fulfill your needs. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time for one of their recommendations. Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/necro. That's betterhelp.com/necro.
So this woman, she shows up at village dances and parties. Women are not a fan of her because all the guys are, looking at the devil woman.
That'll happen. Yeah.
She would ask someone to walk her home. And of course, these guys say yes. But she goes after specific guys: the unfaithful husband, that dude that's all fucking drunk and being super loud, thinks he's the shit.
Yeah. Oh, we know those guys.
Yeah. So she lures a man. He sees her on the road and follows her, and she leads him off the path deeper into the forest. She stays ahead of him. He can't catch up, And she takes him through thorn bushes, across streams, up ridges, until she stops and turns and shows him what's under the hat. The face is a corpse's face.
It's like Large Marge. Are you trying to drive me crazy?
And then she's just gone. She disappears. And this guy's just,
You're like, fuck, man.
Left with blue balls.
Yes. How you going to walk home with the blue balls?
There's some versions that are a little darker where he walks off a cliff and dies as a result of this, or he just like wanders for days and dies.
Extreme case of blue balls.
Yeah.
You're like, well, fuck, I guess I just got to end it.
What else am I going to do?
There's literally no way else I could fix this. There's like no photos of Casey Anthony online that could help me right now.
Lafcadio Hearn, an American Greek historian, told a story about a young man named Fafa walking a mountain road at dusk when he hears a woman singing ahead. He follows, catches up. She's dressed like, like a fancy Caribbean lady. They walk and talk for miles. They reach the summit. She reaches for his hand, and it's ice cold. Her face changes, and she screams at him, "Kiss me now." And he falls backward off the mountain and crashes 2,000 feet onto the rocks of the river below. I just picture the like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, like that poof of smoke at the. Yeah.
He like backs off the mountain, and then he looks down, and he realizes he's standing on air, and it comes straight.
His feet kick for a minute, but he doesn't go anywhere.
Well, that's not very nice of her. I guess Fafo'd.
That's scary though, right?
Yes.
She just screams, and all of a sudden she's a corpse that screams in
All
your
of this
face.
stuff's scary. It's either like Large Marge or Jim Carrey in the mask.
The protection against La Diablesse is to take your clothes off, turn them inside out, and put them back on. That's it. If you can get out of the trance enough while you're walking behind her, just strip down on the spot and reverse your clothes.
In other words, you got to get wiggity, wiggity, wiggity whack.
Yeah. There's also older versions that talk about smoking cigarettes at night because like the firelight will help you out.
Well, smoking cigarettes is always a good idea, right, Mike?
Yeah. I had just kicked that craving I had for weeks. Now it might be back. Is that how it goes?
I tell you what, I smoked a couple good cigars there on vacation.
You said that earlier.
I got a couple in there I brought home with me. And,
Yeah. I've never been into the cigars.
I do like smoking cigars.
I went through a phase with cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy and I were in this hotel has their own cigar making shop. You can go and watch classes and wine. We were watching this lady like hand roll cigars and whatnot, and we got ours, and we were about to leave, and this kid comes in, these goofballs. He goes, "Hey, do you have any sweet cigars?" We're like, "Are you looking for Swisher Sweets, you fucking jerk off? Get the fuck out of here."
Why were they asking you?
No, not us, just at the counter. We were just interjecting our opinion. I think they wanted Swisher Sweets.
They should have been tarred and feathered for that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Beat it. So if you do a crisscross here, you can ward them off.
Yeah.
Put your clothes on backwards.
That's a really weird thing. What year was that from? Is that an 80s thing or is that 90s?
Early 90s, maybe?
Early?
Late 80s, early 90s? Those dudes are both dead, aren't they?
Oh, really?
I think so. They wiggity,
I
wiggity,
am-
wiggity whack.
Not up on my crisscross knowledge.
You're not?
Chris Christopherson maybe, but crisscross, no.
He's dead too.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know what wiggity wiggity whack was. I was just trying to fit in and laugh.
I was big. 92. I love Chris Christopherson. One of the coolest.
I do
fucking
too.
old
I wasn't
school
kidding.
country guys ever, man.
Yeah.
That guy was awesome.
That's just a tough dude.
Yeah, he was an Army Ranger. All kinds of cool shit about that guy.
Oh, damn. They looking at their Wikipedia. I didn't know that they were doing like shit with Michael Jackson and stuff. All right.
I think
Backwards pants are wild. Like, how do you pit?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
having to piss with that is pretty crazy. Like, you got to drop your pants like you're a child, like you're a 4-year-old. Like,
around the ankles, ass cheeks just hanging out when you're at the fucking urinal.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh, maybe only one of them's dead. I apologize. I X'd them both out.
You killed Cross.
I think just Chris Kelly's dead. Chris Daddy Mac Smith appears to be still alive. At least according to the Wikipedia. All right. I apologize for this interlude. Please continue.
That brings us to our next, I guess, character tonight. I saw that a lot online. They're called characters, but this one's different. This is Gang Sara isn't.
Did you say Gang Bang Sara?
No, Gang.
Gang Gang.
She's a person, or she was. The story is specific to Tobago. That's the island you were talking about.
Yeah,
earlier.
the other one. Smaller island.
And people tell it, at least there on the island, they tell it more like local history than folklore. In the late 1700s, on a stormy night, a woman was blown from her home in Africa across the Atlantic Ocean to Tobago. She landed at a village called Lake Cateau on the island's north side. She could fly. That was her power, and that's how she got there. She had come looking for her family who had been stolen from Africa and taken to Tobago on slave ships. So we're talking about it like in actual terms, like how it's told is she actually flew across the ocean.
Oh.
Like fucking Superman flies.
I hear that happens a lot.
There's a tradition across the African diaspora called the Flying Africans. It shows up in the Caribbean, in the American South, in Toni Morrison's Song of Solomon. The belief, which came from West Africa, was that certain people had the power of flight and that the Middle Passage took it from them. The salt water of the ocean crossing, in some versions, the salt in the food on plantations and others. Sarah was the one who could still fly. She came on her own looking for her family.
Is that related at all to the flying squirrel, Mike? I know it's a movie you used to do all the time, a flying squirrel. Probably don't do it much anymore.
Not really much of a move. It's just kind of a prank you play on people, right? Yeah.
That's from the early days of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about the flying squirrel in a while.
It's a dangerous game because they fucking open the door and you're there balls in their face.
Right in their face.
If they punch, you're fucked.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, the flying squirrel is a prank you would play on one's friends. Most, I think, famously in like dorm room settings where you invert yourself naked in their doorway in the hallway, like kind of doing an X in the door frame so that you knock. And then when they open the door, it's fucking your balls, cock, and taint right in their face. And then everyone goes, ha, ha, ha. And, you know, then you have to just have that walk of shame where you just get down and walk away.
Awkward.
The end. If they got mad at you, they'd fucking punch you right in the dick, and then that's ball game.
Yeah. Or they start filleting you if they like what they saw.
Well, that's if if they really enjoyed it, sure.
Sure.
It could very well happen. And at that point, you're stuck, right? Because if you try to fall, your cock's in their mouth. If they clamp, you're screwed. You gotta wait. You gotta just stand there upside down and wait.
Dangerous move.
Also, it might be hard to keep an erection because all the blood's going to your head.
Double blue chew.
That's like you're getting blue in the face, but your cock's getting hard and they're fucking whatever they're doing.
You need a blue chew.
You almost need some help.
You have
I don't know. It never went that far with me. And in fact, I've actually never done one. I have seen it done by others.
I don't know if you guys watched the show The Pit.
No.
A couple weeks ago, there was a guy who doubled up on his erectile dysfunction medication, and his erection would not go down. He had to go to the hospital. And they showed his full erection there, and they were syringing it and pulling out syringes of blood over and over from this man's penis.
Like it's not like an X-ray or anything. Like it just shows his dick and the
it's crazy what
syringe coming out.
Crazy what NBC will show these days.
Damn.
It looked to be a real penis to me. I'm not a penis expert, but
Do you think he?
I'm just
needed
trying to like get the
fluffed?
visual, like how graphic is this?
it was an erect penis, and the guy was laying in the hospital about it, and they were putting a syringe in it and withdrawing blood. With clever camera cuts and whatnot. But
Yeah.
sure.
Did he need fluffed before the scene?
That's a great question. That's what I was wondering.
Did
Maybe
he
they
take
actually
a Blue
gave
Chew?
him the double blue chew beforehand.
They definitely did. So like we said, Sarah was the one who could still fly. And she came on her own looking for her family. She didn't find them, but she stayed. She walked from Lake Eto'o to a place called Golden Lane, and she settled in. She worked as a midwife and a healer. She looked after the enslaved people on the surrounding plantations.
I used to live on Golden Showers Lane. I just got pissed off, so I moved.
Oh, nice.
So stupid.
Isn't R. Kelly your neighbor?
That's right. He was. A little pee pee, a little poo poo.
That Chappelle bit is so funny. He's got like jugs of fucking water. At Golden Lane, she met a man named Tom. Some versions say that she had known him as a child in Africa, that they had come from the same place, and the slave trade had separated them, and now they were both on the same small island on the other side of the ocean. They got married. They built a life together. The plantation owner at Golden Lane, a man we only know as Grandfather Peter, trusted them. Sarah healed people. She tended to the sick and beaten, and she and Tom grew old there together.
Oh.
At the Golden Lane estate, there's a silk cotton tree, a massive tree we're going to cover in detail at the end of the episode because it kind of connects all this stuff together. After emancipation, after Tom died, Sarah decided to go home. She climbed the great silk cotton tree and launched herself from the branches, but she fell. She couldn't fly because she had eaten salt.
I mean, how high up was she when she launched herself?
I don't know, man. I mean, these trees are pretty fucking big.
That's what I'm saying. It seems dangerous. Like there's a story of that first guy that tried to create like wings to fly in France and he jumped off that platform and smacked into the ground and died, right? You know that story?
No, it sounds
I have
crazy.
heard it before.
Like making mechanical
like-
wings, like a bird kind of thing?
you got to really have a lot of faith in your abilities.
Yes.
That is something I lack in life.
He did.
Oh, man, yeah. He probably thought, like, as soon as he took both feet off, of what do you do? Just step off of a platform or
I
jump?
think he like dove and tried
'cause
to
you gotta
flap
start
those
being able to
wings.
flap
Yeah, he
and
thought
then-
he was going to fly.
And then gravity won.
Probably like 5 seconds in, he probably thought, like, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
This was a bad idea.
What am I doing?
That's scary.
I think I have audio of the guy. Didn't work out for him.
She couldn't fly because she had eaten salt. During her years in Tobago, she had eaten food cooked with salt. And in West African and Caribbean spiritual practice, salt and the supernatural don't mix. People who practice obia, which is the West African spiritual tradition that, like, kind of religion that took root across the Caribbean, the whole thing was avoid salt. There was a belief among the enslaved that death would allow them to fly back to Africa, but only if they hadn't consumed salt in the New World.
It's interesting.
I learned a lot about slavery that was interesting in this. It's very sad.
You found yourself on the pro side now?
No.
Okay.
Just the culture, like
Gotcha.
yeah, the stories and stuff.
You're like, easy now, buddy.
Yeah.
I drove by Ian's house today. He had a new flag. The South will rise again.
Get out of here.
A big flagpole out front.
Oh my god.
Now the guy with the 20-foot dinosaur down the street is complaining about him.
Yeah,
instead.
right.
He flipped the tables.
That's funny. I was really afraid where you were going to go with that when you said you drove by his house. I was like, oh, this is going to get interesting. This might be an edit.
But it was super interesting to like read about.
Sure was. All
about
this stuff is.
Yeah. Like,
We've talked
it's super
about it.
sad. A lot of it, like some of the articles I was reading, like some of it was pretty depressing, but you know, at the same time, very interesting.
Some of the most interesting, like historical movies and stuff are the slavery ones. Like it's horrible, but it's interesting to see just how different times were. Like we've talked about Roots before. I think Roots is fascinating. If you haven't watched Roots, you absolutely need to.
I saw it live, pal.
And I know. I think you said it every time. I know. You watched slavery as it happened. And then the movie Amistad, which doesn't get talked about enough, but that's Anthony Hopkins, Matthew McConaughey. That's a great movie about the. So it's like one of the slave trading like ships like coming over from Africa, and the slaves like uprise and take over, and then end up landing in America, and they're captured, and then it's a matter of like, well, what do we do with them now? And Anthony Hopkins plays John Quincy Adams, who is no longer president, now in Congress, but represents them as their attorney to get them free. And I won't spoil anything. Watch the movie, but it's really good. One of Matthew McConaughey's first movies too, like after Dazed and Confused and stuff.
Was it?
I think it's like a mid 90s, early two. It was before he blew up.
I don't remember that. That sounds right. Yeah. All of those slave ship stories are just horrific. I mean, they just pitch them overboard in the middle of the ocean, like just awful stuff.
And this scene does I think Roots does it too. Does a really good job of showing like they were just thrown in the basement and like they all slept stacked on top of each other on wooden boards, and they're getting all these sores and they're vomiting and shitting and pissing all in there. And, you know, they're all shackled up. They can't go anywhere.
Awful.
Those are both, I think, must watches just so you're educated on how awful that all was. Roots is a mini series, though. It's like 6 2-hour episodes, I think.
Yeah.
That's got to be available to stream on something.
Yeah, and I don't mean to say like it's cool, like, oh, it's super, because all the folklore is like rooted in really, really dark shit.
I don't think anyone's taking it like that.
Yeah. And that's also like, it's just interesting to study, and you should study it. You should know this. Mm-hmm. This was the horrible stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We are anti-slavery here on Necronomipod.
Some of us are.
So, but by the time Sarah climbed up that tree and went to fly, she had been eating salt for decades and the power was gone. You can still visit the graves in Golden Lane off Calden Road. The headstones of Tom and Sarah are still there side by side. By one researcher's accounting, it's the only marked grave for enslaved people known to exist anywhere in the Caribbean. The entire plantation system, centuries of it, and there's only essentially just one marked grave. A tour guide named Harris McDonald has been taking visitors to the site for years, and he said that people have tried to get rid of the tree over the years, and it never goes well. The roots grow out into the road. That's the issue that's going on with the tree. It's not like it's trying to be removed for a store or something, you know, like it's really fucking shit up. So cotton tree roots spread wide and they push into roads and foundations. And at some point, you kind of have to deal with it. The one McDonald talks about the most, or the incident he talks about the most, is a Ministry of Works employee who went out to deal with it and ended up in the hospital with a stroke.
See,
it's just bad karma. Don't fuck with the tree. Don't try to cut it down.
Let it be. Mm-hmm. It's a monument.
That's what Paul McCartney said.
Let it be. Yeah. He sure did. There will be an answer.
Amistad's 1997 and also stars Morgan Freeman. I forgot to mention him.
Right.
That's a,
man, I haven't watched that in a long time.
Me too. I took back in high school, I took like a history through film class, and that's when I first saw it.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I do need to rewatch that. I haven't seen Glory in a long time either.
Denzel.
Fantastic. And Morgan Freeman and
Matthew
Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, yeah.
He needed that. He needed a comeback after that abysmal Ferris fucking Bueller
like that
abomination. He needed to get serious for a minute.
So I guess obviously a metaphor about being taken from Africa and not being able to go back to your homeland and whatnot. But yeah, that's quite a story. Awful.
The next one get into, and I forgot to put this in here, maybe a content warning on it because it involves babies. I remember back in the day we threw coffin bursts on our poll and it like struck a nerve with the female listeners that
that's fair.
That we didn't get because we're dudes, you know?
Yeah.
But
we also didn't do the show.
Because of that, it like struck a nerve, which I never would have thought of. So, because it's like, I don't know, it's something we don't get, right? But the next one involves that, so maybe skip ahead if you don't want to hear that stuff. It's the Duppy Baby. Duppy is a general term that covers a lot. In Central African tradition, where the word comes from, a duppy is the physical form of a dead person's earthly soul, the second of two souls every person carries. When you die, the good soul ascends, the earthly soul, the shadow self, stays behind. It lingers in the grave, wanders at night, and can be called up or commanded or feared, depending on what kind of person you were and what kind of unfinished business you left behind. So the word traveled to the Caribbean through the slave trade and became the catch-all for ghost, spirit, or evil supernatural thing, across most of the English-speaking islands. Most duppies are people who lived and died and didn't leave cleanly. So, the classic, just like unfinished business, right? You abruptly die in a car wreck. Something tragic happens.
I would like to leave cleanly, personally.
Just coast.
I don't want to have unfinished business. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's scary to me. This unfinished lingering shit, man. I don't want any of that.
I know.
And do what you got to do.
You got to watch that ghost story movie.
No, I certainly will never watch that ghost story. I will be terrified and I will think about it for months. Not a chance in hell I will watch that.
I saw a meme that was like a progression thing. It's like, oh, I love A24 movies. Oh, is this a horror movie? I'll check it out. And then you get to like the movie and the person was just like dead looking, like mortified.
No. Don't need that in my life.
The Duppy Baby never lived at all. It doesn't have a grave or name or history. It's the spirit of an unborn child, whether that be a miscarriage, an abortion, any type of pregnancy that ended before the child was born. It doesn't get a soul to ascend. It only has the earthly part, the shadow self, and that part has nowhere to go. So it ends up on the roadside as a newborn, crying and alone, bundled up and left somewhere where no baby should be, in the dark, on an empty road. If you're going past it, right, like everything in you says to pick the baby up because that's what you would do at the time.
No, I would not.
You're not leaving a baby on the road.
No, I would pick it up. You know what I say?
Bring him young. No.
That's right.
Father Dave over here.
Bring him young.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Father Ian, not Father Dave, pal. This is not my voice here.
This show started off calm and is slowly going off the rails.
The moment you lift it, it starts getting heavier, slowly at first, but that by the time you've walked any distance with it, it's embedded itself into your arms, like physically is like fused with you, and the weight settled into your body and you can't put it down.
This is like body horror stuff.
I know.
Fused. Embedded and fused are words I don't want to hear about. Talking about carrying a fucking baby around.
The story that's like kind of out there the most involves a man named Lastique. He was cycling home one night in the port of Spain. This is Trinidad now, not Tobago, different island. And he passed a silk cotton tree. He heard an infant crying from the roots and stopped, picked it up, figured that he'd take it home for the night and then take it to an orphanage or hospital, something the next day. So he got back on his bike and kept riding. By the time he got close to his house, the baby in his arms had grown to the size of a man.
What?
He was pedaling with a full-grown man's weight in his arms. And then it spoke to him in a man's voice, quote, "You'd better take me back to where you found me." And the man took him back. And as he got closer to the silk cotton tree, this man shrank back down into a newborn baby, and he set it back down on the roots.
Oh my goodness. This has like Benjamin Button with all rolled into one.
That movie, Jack, with Robin Williams. I'm sure you've not seen it. Dave.
I've not, because that guy's a horrible actor.
That's ridiculous. He's 10, but his body, it's all the opposite of, I think, whatever, Benjamin Blue or whatever you said.
Button, right?
That guy.
Benjamin Button.
He ages faster than everyone. So at 10, he's Robin Williams.
Okay.
With all the fucking body hair that he has. And it sounds like this guy.
That's like those two movies combined.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Doesn't he age backwards?
Yeah, he's born old and wrinkly like an old man, and then he ages backwards, but then dies when he's a baby. Ages all the way back to a baby.
Yeah.
I love that movie, man. It's awesome.
Except that's like a serious movie, right?
Yeah. For the
I
most
think
part.
Jack was just a goofy, like made for TV type thing.
I think it was a F. Scott Fitzgerald story, Benjamin Button, if I remember correctly.
Remember The Office when Michael's like, I'm getting worse as the time goes. I'm like Benjamin Button in reverse. And it's like, that's just normal life, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
That is so funny.
Protection against duppies is the same thing as everything else in Trinidadian folklore. Rice, salt being the big one. There are practitioners of Obeah, that the religion we talked about earlier, Obeah men. They're said to be able to summon duppies, direct them, and use them as weapons. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier, where you can be summoned and shit. In this area, in Golden Lane, and there's remote villages in the northern range where Obeah is fully practiced. So
It sounds like the movie Weapons, where you can summon people and use them as weapons.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly like that, which I love, by the way. Also, the Oscars, I believe, are this weekend, and
Oh yeah, you were supposed to give us a whole thing.
I think I failed. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to get to them all.
Who saw that coming?
Everybody. It's a goal. Someday, one year I will get there.
Yeah, because you were going to give us your predictions of the top 6 categories.
Oh, I'll still do that.
Yeah.
I guess I won't because I don't have it together and
it's
this
this
weekend.
weekend.
So never mind. I won't be doing that.
You can do it on the Patreon show.
I could do that.
Be like, I tease this, now it's behind a paywall. Speaking of Oscars, when we mentioned Jack, when I was it reminded me, when I was a little kid, legitimately like 8, 9, 10 years old, I had this idea for a movie, like a made-for-TV kids movie, where there was like 2 kids who were like kind of rivals, didn't get along, would always play pranks on each other. Well, and then it like turns out that like the one kid gets diagnosed as like he's always gonna be a kid, like he's never gonna grow up. And the other kid grows up and eventually, like from whatever circumstance, marries that kid's mom and is now his stepdad. And then the whole movie's them like not getting along, playing pranks on each other and like trying to ruin each other's lives. And then they, there's a coming of age and, they realize they can coexist and not ruin the mom's life. And just be a family.
It's different.
Yeah, I was like 9. At the time, I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is the tits.
Tits.
I'm going to write this movie. I'm going to get Britney Spears to play the lead in it, and she's going to love me. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is going to be the kid who can't grow up. Because he's just like me, except rich.
Can I write in a scene where the kid that marries the mom makes the little kid who will never grow up watch him skull fuck his mom? Like, you will never have this. You will never get.
Yeah, I might have issues getting that on network television as I had originally hoped. But we'll see. Maybe a DVD extra. We can put that in.
Director's cut.
He makes him watch him bang his mom all the time. The kid never grows up. He can never have sex.
Who really wins the prank war when I'm skull fucking your mom?
Yeah.
See, as a kid, those thoughts didn't come to cross my mind. Like,
Yeah.
I think, well, like in the end, that guy's fucking your mom. I think he wins.
Yeah. Oh my God, you got me with a water balloon. I'm gonna put it in your mom's asshole tonight.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's a lot of dark ways you can twist that.
Sure.
But in my mind, it worked.
Yeah. So every one of the figures that we've talked about tonight leads back to the silk cotton tree. It has other names throughout the region and in history, but it grows up to 240 feet tall. The trunk can reach 10 feet across, and the roots spread out from the base like walls, and the spaces between them are big enough to fit a person, like for a person to stand in. So, like if they start growing out in the road, like you just can't fucking drive. Like that's why the Ministry of whatever was trying to kind of do something about that tree.
Sure.
It's native to both West Africa and the Caribbean. So the same tree growing on both sides of the ocean. When enslaved Africans arrived, they brought their own relationship with the same tree. In West Africa, the Dogon people used its wood for sacred funeral masks. In Trinidad, the African and Amerindian belief systems came together, and the tree became a spiritual meeting point for every tradition on the island. Orisha, spiritual Baptists, and even some Hindu practitioners. Every one of them independently decided that the tree was where the living world and the dead world met.
Well, must be right then.
Mm-hmm.
So someone had to have brought it from Africa. It's not native to both places.
Right. So back to Basil.
Not Hazel Brazel.
No, Basil the demon.
This will be the last time we ever mention Hazel Brazel on this podcast, probably.
You think so?
Well, until I get that tattoo on my back. Hazel Brazel.
They say a man dies twice. When he dies his natural death and the last time someone speaks his name. He's saying this is the second death of Hazel Brazel on this show.
Episode is his second funeral.
All right.
The folklore around this demon says that he once roamed the countryside freely, killing people at will.
I used to do that.
Yeah, just slaughtering
Yeah,
people.
it's just whatever I felt like doing that day. That got boring, though. I mean, how many people can I kill? I got more bodies on me than Bonnie Blue. And then I retired.
A carpenter carved 7 rooms into the trunk of a massive silk cotton tree, one above the other, and tricked Basil into going inside, then sealed him in. So that's why the tree has this haunted thing. It's like it's a prison in some stories. When a silk cotton tree falls in rural Trinidad, people get nervous because it might have been one that Basil was locked in. Let him out.
Does this remind you of the Game of Thrones tree of life kind of stuff, sort of? Or am I reading this wrong?
Could be.
You shut Basil in and hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Yeah. That was a mind fuck when that was revealed.
That was awesome. Mike, just relax. We're going to talk some Game of Thrones now here.
Ooh, I'm going to take a pee break. We're back.
Yeah, it could be for sure.
You know, I was watching, I sit there for hours and just fucking scroll through reels, wasting my day away sometimes. But a Khaleesi, I was watching like one of the older ones when she burned all the cows in that tent when they thought they were gonna just rape her and make her the widow, whatever, and she kicked the fire down and burned them all up.
Fuck yeah.
So I watched that scene, and then it just irritates me more how they ended that show. And I'm like, it's so fucking stupid. All of this that we did, all of it.
That she just like fucking wrecked everything.
It's like, I'm gonna stab you.
Who got stabbed?
Her at the end.
Yeah, by Jon Snow.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
What a terrible ending to a show.
Yeah, whole show sucks.
I was fine with her with the heel turn. I wish she would have went further and just killed everybody. I wish that's how it would have ended.
That would have been fine, but just it was just so bad. It was such lazy, bad writing to write that.
Yeah. The one thing I just don't agree with at all is how people were upset that she was like, you know, like the heel turn. Right?
Yeah.
They wanted her to be the good queen.
That was fine.
Yeah, but it was building to this.
Yeah, sure.
Like it was building to her getting out of hand.
It was good.
Yeah. She just had killed everyone and it should have been the end of the show. I would have been fine with that.
Anyway, that's what irritated me today. Among the other 1,000 things, but that's just what came on my mind when we started talking Game of Thrones. All right, sorry, Mike. We're back. And we're back.
I love a good heel turn.
It's a good one.
Yeah?
It's a good one.
Gotta respect a good heel turn.
It's fucking intense. That's like you're going to learn today for sure. She's just tearing with that fucking dragon.
Yeah, I have a dragon.
Yeah.
I have a dragon.
Did she cause the red wedding?
She did
No, she didn't.
Oh, damn.
That was pretty shocking as well.
That sounds like
Was,
a heel move for sure.
It was the heel being a heel.
Yeah.
Well, I said a heel move. I didn't say it was a turn. Okay. Heels got to get their shit in too, right? They got to get some heat.
There was heat to be had after that.
Sounds like everybody had heat with whoever did that.
Yeah.
But the Arya revenge scene in that same hall might be one of my most favorite scenes from all of Game of Thrones.
It's a good one.
Phenomenal.
She gets her comeuppance in the end.
She gets her revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the wrestling word for it,
Oh, okay.
I think. Maybe it's not even a wrestling word. Could have just made that all up.
Well, she gives the comeuppance, right?
Gives them.
Yeah.
Gets it would be them, the heel.
Right.
Yeah, it's a long burn too.
It's good.
Might be due for a rewatch of that. soon.
Oh,
mean,
don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me.
And get angry with the finish then and come in here and bitch about it again?
Oh.
Or you can do like a hard stop, like if you watch House of Cards and you should just stop after like season 4.
That might be the way to go. Just stop it after that last battle with the Night King. Maybe that's the way to go.
I can't remember how that plays out.
That might be the way to.
Battle of the Night Man cometh.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
They bring in the day man, take care of him.
Right.
Hold the door. Hold the door.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So there is a longer version after the carpenter trapped Basil in the tree. Nobody in the village died for 7 years. Then God, concerned about, God's always getting involved, concerned about overpopulation, sent a messenger who set up a rum shop at the coal mine junction.
Hey, why don't you go set up a rum shop at the coal mine junction? Well, Gabriel.
One day the carpenter got super drunk there and started talking shit about how he had trapped Basil in this tree. The messenger encouraged him to prove it. The carpenter led a group of drunk men into the forest, up the 7 dark chambers of the tree, and opened the 7th and final door.
Uh-oh.
You know, and the rest from there is the Basil just fucking starts killing everybody. But this is, I don't know, I thought this was super fucking interesting that every one of these pieces of folklore ties back to a tree. It's pretty cool.
I love this stuff. It's so interesting.
Yeah. So,
And the attached metaphors and then the meaning and the backstory behind a lot of this. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very neat stuff. I've never been to Trinidad and Tobago. Love to go sometime.
So now you're going to go in April?
I might go next month, yeah.
Be down south this month, April next month.
It's a good idea, pal. Thanks for suggesting it. They have internet in Trinidad and Tobago. Can I record the show from there?
I'm not sure podcasts have even been invented yet there.
I'm going to put my backward shoes on and find me a hot spot. And also, R.I.P. Hazel Brazel. He'll be dying his Power Man second and final death this evening because no one is ever going to speak Hazel Brazel's name again.
that's it for him.
This is also an interesting thought. I had never really thought about it that way, but like at some point, you're not going to be talked about ever again. It's pretty dark.
That's from Socrates or something. Man dies to thus. First time he dies.
Not
last
up on
time
all
someone
my
mentions his name
philosophy.
or speaks his name.
Yeah.
Plato, one of those guys, I think. My philosophy is knowledge is rather slim.
I think I based my major on college on not having to take philosophy or mathematics.
You're not a well-rounded fellow then.
Yep. No thanks. I can get by without all that.
I like philosophy class. It was fun. Teaches you to think. It doesn't really.
I own some Aeschylus only because that was Bobby Kennedy
Okay.
Senior's favorite philosopher, and
Okay.
he often quoted him, so I wanted to get some of that. So I own some Aeschylus.
Should get that checked out. Get a shot.
What?
Sounds like a venereal disease.
Aeschylus. I'm telling Aeschylus you said that. He's going to philosophize your ass. So, all right. Well, Ian, anything else you found in your research? Anything else from the historian that you said you used quite a bit?
No, I think we covered everything.
Okay.
Go check out that Expedition X show, I think it was, or whatever.
Shout out to Josh and Phil.
Yeah.
This is attributing that to Hemingway. I don't think that's accurate, but maybe it is.
Oh, the quote?
Yeah. I thought it was a Greek philosopher, but
Okay.
regardless, good quote.
Hemingway could have been drunk enough that he stumbled upon something like that.
Could have been.
Dave, what do you got for us?
Well, let's talk about some patrons, shall we? We were off last week. If you didn't know, I was on vacation. So we have a double list. Thank you to new patrons, Aubrey Howe, David Black, the PNW Hot Dog Tycoon. Might be someone you want to call, Mike, for your hot dog roller. Tyler Durden, That's Fight Club, is it not?
Yeah, I believe so.
Stacy Nance. Jay Taco. I sucked my boyfriend's dick for this subscription. That's good, right?
It's very nice of
for
him
you.
to allow you to buy this then.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Nick M. Elijah Caraveo. Bocephus 75. Marty J. Jacqueline Downing. Beth Owen. Please don't say my name. Too late. Heather West. Nick Gosson. Joanna E.A. Left Pocket. Uncle Barry. Greer M. Connor. Need more Dave John Wayne bits. Knuckles. All right.
Wait, is that all one thing?
That's Connor and then quote, need more Dave John Wayne bits, end quote, Knuckles.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do about that, Pilgrim. Malia Griffin, David Clark, Matt Archer, Genevieve Gandy, Stina, Haley Nichols, Ryan, Jillian Cristiano, Jake Althoff, James Gonay, Rachel Hall, Sonia Chauvin, Hannah A, Emily, Schoner. What's the phonetic in here? Shone-ER. Thank you very much. Excellent phonetic add to your name. Kimberly Rosenberg, Charmer, Boog Johnson, and then in parentheses, my cat.
Oh, nice.
All right. Some good pussy. Norma Jean 33, Sarah Bouchard, Noah Babcock, Sarah Noonan, Shaylin Bramall, Team Explosio, the Redneck Hero. All right. Aiden Moffat, Callum Ryan, Emma Zedeker, Kimberly Shaw, Callie June, Mr. Sorry I've cummed my pants already while just kissing. We've all been there, sir. Don't worry.
Probably cucked him before.
Brandon Mann, Brandy S, Flameball 182, Jihad Grenier, Stonks, Dana Bognar, Sarah D, Michael Newby, Megan Maskew, Jeremy Stringer, BS's, Maddie Torres, Fryer, Michael Collett, Alex, Foxtrot Mike Kilo, Landon Rippeth, Taylor Cash, Mrs. Sydney, that's clever, Mrs. Sydney, and Michelle Jansen. Thank you, new patrons. Please enjoy the Patreon.
Ian, anything else on your end?
Well, it's the beginning of March, so we haven't planned out anything for Patreon yet specifically, but we always have good stuff coming up. I do know of one we talked about. It's MySpace related. So I'm sure we'll have fun with that.
MySpace. Yeah. Emo Ian.
Yeah.
Fucking love MySpace.
But at the end,
crank my hog on it all the time. Rate my podcast.
I was reading about it today and it was jogging some memories. Like, oh,
yeah, let's go.
But we also did the Curum case on Patreon at the end of February, which
was wacky.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
It's crazy. So go check that out. Bunch of stuff coming up this month.
We'll do a Mike's History Corner as well at the end of the month.
That's right.
It's Women's History Month, so we'll do something fun with that.
Anything in mind yet?
I have a short list.
Okay.
But I'll save it till till we get something figured out. Yeah, I have a short list. I always keep a running list throughout the year because I know in March it's what we're gonna do something like that. So
solid.
Yeah. Dave, anything else on your end?
No. I really like these kind of shows. They're really interesting.
I do too. It's
so
nice
good
to
stuff, guys.
Mix things up. Have some fun. All right, we are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and big back on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not calling it a comeback tour, but we're pretty fucking big back on YouTube. all the shows. Ian, you spend a lot of time on Dave's vacation working extra hard.
Yeah, I forgot I did that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
forgot
I was
about
drinking
that.
and smoking cigars on the beach, pal. Good looking out.
We got all of our shows on YouTube for those of you. I know some of you back in the day used to listen, and we kind of stopped for a while uploading them up there. So just about every episode is available now on YouTube. Go check that out.
Yeah. We're doing it and doing it well.
Patreon.com/Necronomipod, Amazon.com, search Necronomipod for our merch, and Necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.